Hey guys, good morning. It's Nate Options Locator doing the July 4th, July 5th newsletter. I hope everybody had a good July 4th holiday. Short week this week. Hopefully, we get some better action this week. The volume and everything last week was pretty putrid, lackluster. Just wasn't there. It was hard to really get going. So, we had to be very name specific last week, and so this week we've got only a handful of names reporting earnings, and no really big names. So this week is the last week before earnings season kicks off the following week. So we'll see what we end up getting this week. So I'm just going to get started here. Going to do a little bit different format this week with the short week and kind of get your guys' feedback as far as how I'm going to do the newsletter. Rather than be a newsletter, it's going to be just charts in the Discord that also get posted to Twitter. So look for that. Would like some feedback from you guys. So first things first, go over the risk disclaimer. It's on the website. It's also in the Discord, so make sure you look over that. So real quick, last week I had Airbnb. Nice outside day here. We were able to catch it that day, and then some continuation the following day. Tried to add this small browning formation, couldn't expand it. Now they're coming back through. AMAT, that was a good one. Broke through that downward trend line, hit our target area, then pulled back. AMGN, same thing. Broke through that downward trend line, reconfirmed it, and then back through, hit that target. So that was a good move. Best Buy, same thing, good move. Kind of went stagnant after Tuesday. So, but through that downward trend line over 114 through our target areas, pretty good move. BJ's, nothing, false breakout here. Pretty much went sideways thereafter. Beyond had a good gap up on Monday, good move, and then went inside day Tuesday, tried to make some newer highs, then pulled back. So we'll see if they can come back through, close this small gap here. Cisco, nothing to write home about, barely broke that downward trend line, barely took out the prior week's high, holding 52.59 area. See if they can push it higher this week. DD, outside week, triggered the short Monday, and then inside day up to go outside week over the prior week's high there for a decent move upward. We were looking for that short primarily. Triggered, but then couldn't confirm it. Nice hammer on Monday. Switch gears, move higher. Diz, it's going to be on this week's newsletter, so go over that. Expedia, never got going to the upside. That's what we were looking for. Big down day on Monday to the bottom of the brown formation. Inside day and up move. GLD broke that upward trend line, gap down, negated the trigger, and now we're looking for a move back up over this 168 area into that gap. Hog, did it go honorary double inside week essentially here? So if you look over 47.50 this week, see if they can take it up. IBM, they got done dirty on Friday with the CEO news, and that's why there's that big ass bar there, big volume, gap below, just one of those things. So JPM, it was pretty good, started out okay, went inside day on Monday, triggered it up, pulled back, inside day again. So we'll catch it here and there, nothing spectacular. Starbucks, that's pretty good, triggered here late Thursday for a nice move, gapped up a little bit, and then hit our target areas there. So pretty good move there. AT&T triggered here on Tuesday off the inside day, outside day, and inverted hammer, shooter, whatever. then went inside day up back through that downward trend line for a nice move. Now we're, it's right here at this small resistance area of 29.35. See if they can get a solid push higher there, close this gap into the coming months. TXN, that was a good one. Broke that downward trend line here. Confirmed it here on Monday over that 190 area on up. Semiconductors were really good this week with AMD and NVIDIA. See if they can get us, continued push this week over 193. Vroom, never triggered. Actually, we got an honorary double inside week. Everything's still stuck inside that outside week bar, so just continue to keep an eye on that one. Workhorse, that was a great move out of the gate on Monday. Broke over that 1606 level, through that downward trend line. Ended up, double inside week up to start the week. Hit the target area 1744. Couldn't make a solid push over 18. 18 was the high. There's your resistance here and here. So therefore you don't really couldn't get going, confirm it. So I know a lot of you guys caught it Monday, and there was no reason to get back in it, like some other people did here on Tuesday on the inside day, and now they're underwater. Walmart, great move here off the inside day up through that downward trend line. Great move. I think when I called those alerts out, I think they went for almost 100% there on Wednesday, so that was a great move. So look for this off the double inside day up for some continuation this week. Alright, so getting into this week. So I'm going to put the long entries and short entries and calls on the chart. And then what I'm going to end up doing is just posting the chart with a little bit of input into the Discord, and then it will automatically get sent to Twitter as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not really going to do, unless I'm looking at one way or the other, it's really just going to be one side, either long or short. If it's kind of mixed, then I'll put the long and short ideas on there. But just trying to lessen the noise, lessen the I don't want people being overwhelmed with multiple ideas and content. So if we can just minimize it, narrow our focus, and hopefully everything will get better. So here with Amazon, great day on Friday, inside week, get over this downward trend line here. I like how it's closing right here over 3,500. All-time high 35.54. We can get up and over this last week's high here through that downward trend line. I think we've got a pretty good chance of taking out those highs. AXP took the double inside day up this past week, and then so this week I'm looking for a move over 169 up to 170.41 plus. With each new high over this, it's going to be new all-time highs. So we'll continue to monitor that. But that's I like most banks have earnings around the week of 7/12. So we'll see if we can get any small ramps up into that. BlackBerry, through this downward trend line here, they've closed this gap. I'd like to see a move over 12 and a quarter here up to 13, and then come out of this downtrend here and work itself up. Big C, so looking for a move here basically over 66. We got an outside to inside day move here. If we can hold this upward trend line here, then I look for a long over 66 here. Targeted up here around 68 or more. If this upward trend line breaks, I look to short it and target last week's low here. Caterpillar, so we've got a double inside week here, basically over 219 is what I'm looking to get going on the higher end, the long side. Target 220, 221.93 prior week's high. We've got this little Browning formation going on here. Put in a new lower low. So see if they can't hold it up here. They did a nice job holding the 200 area after this major downfall, and then had a double inside day down move. So if we were to go short, I'd wait for it to take out this 213.56 area, and then short with either the 215 puts or the 210 puts, depending on pricing in the action there. Diz, we had it last week. Had a good day these 2 days here. Had some growth news on Friday, pulled back, and then it shot back up. So here's that hourly chart. News came out, went outside, down. Pretty good hammer there. They bought up that news. So if we can get over this 179.5 area, get up to 179.10, 181.01, 182.46, starts a small gap. Fedex, we had this one this week off the inside day up to close that gap. I'd like to see it, inside day hammer on Friday. Get it back over 300. I think there's actually a small. I think there's a small gap there. Yes. So if we get over 300 on the hourly here, there's a gap that goes up here to 303.5. So we get over 300, close this gap on the hourly, and see what happens there up to 304.5 on up. Looking at the 716, 305 calls there. Lulu, calls are kind of spready, but I do like this action here. But we're coming into like a congestion area right here at 370. But if we can get through this downward trend line over 370, 371, I think we've got a nice shot up here over to get up to 375. As long as 361 continues to hold, should be okay. McDonald's, double inside week here, I believe. Yes. So we got double inside week, and really this 234 area, pretty heavily congested right here. Get over that. They broke out of that downward trend line. Get up over here over 234.11. Like to see a move 235.16. Then up here to 237.81. See if they can put up new highs 238.18. If you're not liking the 716 expiration, I would even look at the August 240s here and see what we can get there. MOXC have had some pretty good days here this week, but all these wicks here around 24. I need a solid push over 24, 25. See if we can get on up here to 26.5. If we can get 24, 24.94, 26.57 is what I'm looking at this week. Pin, just kind of putrid action here. I was stuck in this channel for a while, and now basically under 74.30. I'd like to go short down to 72.90 and then a little bit lower. I will say though, it is coming into some support in this area here. I mean, all pretty clustered right here around 70, so I wouldn't go too short. But I am liking a nice short play there. Shop, I mean, we had this one back here and it just took us on up. Nice downward trend line forming here. I do like that. If we can get over that downward trend line of 1500, I'd look to see if we can get back up over 1552.23 for some new highs. Short under 1442, test the prior week's low 1429, and then back down here, see if they can test 1400, 1360 area. The snap, basically inside day, get up over 69. Targets laid out here for some continuation. I think it's pausing this week, and then we'll shoot up to new highs. UNH coming out of this channel here. Would like to wait for the 411 break there, and then make a solid move higher. UPST down or double inside week. We'll wait for a 130 break. Needs to hold this upward trend line here. If we can get up over 130, 134 and a half, then I would look for 143 and a half, basically there. So moving on to some other setups. Those all Amazon to UPST were inside week setups. Mattel, I am liking this one. Coming now, trying to get over this downward trend line, see if we can get a nice uptrend going over 20 and a half here. I would look more or less with this one with commons, not really options. Just kind of a set it and forget it situation here. With the stop down here around 18 and a half or so. MDT, I like this one. It's breaking out this downward trend line. We'll wait for 127 breakout. And we've got a small little area of resistance just over 128 here, and here around 129. But if we can get through the midpoint of this Browning formation on up over 130, I think we can end up around 135 area. Tesla, basically an honorary inside week because we barely wicked out on Friday. Not liking how they didn't hold those Q2 numbers very well. Thought we were going to get a nice 700 break. Couldn't confirm it. If we can get under 667, 61, I'd like to see that gap get filled. We'll wait, see if we can get a breakout over 700 for any move higher to 715.47, and then this gap, it starts here at 724. So, but honorary inside week here, would wait for the 667 break and see if they fill that gap. Uber, I like this one. It's an inside month, coming off of an inside month here. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the week. Inside month here. If we can get a move here over 51, basically 52, take the inside month up at 52.36, targeting 53.87, and then 55 area. That would be a nice potential swing here with, even some August 55 calls. Pretty cheap there. And lastly, we've got Visa. Mentioned it in chat on Friday, actually, that it was taking the inside day up, and actually it was forming an inside week at the time. I think it was right around here, 237.5 when I mentioned that, and how it was forming a nice hammer on the weekly, and it is, and it did. So now, made new highs here of 238.78. We'd like to see a magnet of 240 plus. So that's what I'm looking at this week. Hopefully you guys like the new layout and everything. Let me know how you guys feel about that. And then short week this week, so let's just have a good week. Hopefully the volume gets better from last week. This week everybody had a good holiday and vacation. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks.